If you feel behind with AI, or if you're just confused about where to start to learn AI, this video is for you. In the next 15 minutes, I want to take you from a complete beginner to actually knowing how to use AI effectively every single day. And if you've already tried ChatGPT or Google Gemini a few times and you thought, yeah, this is cool, but I'm not really sure how to use it effectively for work, you're definitely not alone. So here's the goal. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what AI is and how it works, what it's actually good at, and exactly how to start using it today to get more things done, even if you're not technical at all. Okay, let's start with the very basic. The form of AI we're talking about here is called generative AI. And it's basically like a personal assistant that's available 24/7 and that could help you with a lot. So you basically could give it a question, give it an idea, or a half-finished sentence, and it turns it into something actually useful. And the type of thing generative AI can create could be in text format, but it could also create other things like images, it could create video, and it could even write computer code. Now, there are literally thousands of tools that are available, basically softwares in the world of generative AI. The most popular is ChatGPT. Google has one called Google Gemini. There's another one called Claude, and on and on. Those are going to be some of the ones we're going to focus on in this video. ChatGPT and Google Gemini are mostly text-based, and they are great at helping you write. They are great at summarizing existing text, and they're great at helping you brainstorm. And then there is a different side of generative AI that could help you create images, for example. Now, ChatGPT and Google Gemini can create images, but there are other platforms out there. One is called Midjourney that is solely dedicated to creating realistic images. And there is another side to generative AI that creates actual videos, and Sora right now is one of the most popular apps in that world. So how does AI actually work? Because at first glance, you might think, well, it kind of thinks like a human, but it actually doesn't. What it does is it generates based on a lot of data. So how AI is trained is it is given basically the entire internet and more. Billions, sometimes trillions of words, and is trained on that information to understand how patterns work. Once it has all that data, it doesn't need to think. It actually could recognize patterns and give you really smart sounding answers by putting words in the right sequence. Now, it gets a whole lot more technical than that, but my goal with this video is to actually help you use AI, not really dive under the hood of how it works. It's all about getting practical results from it that you could use into your day-to-day work. Okay, so let's jump in and let's figure out what AI could actually do for you right now. Let's start with the very first one, using it as a writing assistant. So if you're writing an email, a resume, a blog post, AI could help you with the idea, clean it up, make it sound more professional or friendly, or rewrite it in your own style. Yes, you could get it to learn your writing style and try to write in that style too. One of the best ways I like to use it is actually write the first draft myself for something, and it could be plenty messy, and then give it to a tool like ChatGPT and just write, make this sound more professional but friendly. And it will format it for you, fix all the typos, and then organize things in a much more presentable way that you could copy and paste. Now, the summary part is really powerful. So you could say, summarize this email in one line, or you could say, write a reply that sounds helpful, but keep it short. So some of these tasks, like going through a long email manually, right? Or replying quickly to an email, or cleaning up our own text, we do that dozens of times every single week. So just this task, if you make it a habit, will save you hours every single week. The next phase is actually using AI to help you with brainstorming and planning. So say you want to plan a trip to Italy, or outline a new business idea, or come up with content for your brand. It'll help you organize everything. So you could, for example, just say, give me 10 business ideas that use AI in marketing for my coffee shop. The key is to think of it more as a creative partner, right? Throw ideas at it, and AI helps you structure them, name them, and even build step-by-step plans for you. I use it daily to actually help me with content, new projects, and even personal things like meal ideas or travel. Now, the third way I like to use AI, especially tools like ChatGPT, is for learning. So this is where AI can become your personal tutor. You could ask it to explain everything from concepts of finance to quantum computers, and it will do it in real simple plain English for you. You could even paste a really long article or an entire YouTube transcript of a long video and just say, summarize this in 5 bullet points. Or really simplify it and say, explain this to me like I'm 10 years old. AI meets you at your level, and if a topic feels pretty complicated, you could ask ChatGPT to turn it into a step-by-step guide, and again, give it to you in a lower reading level, like 3rd grade reading level. And you could also ask it to give you a quiz at the end so you could test your own understanding, right? Okay, now let's go beyond the AI chatbots. So ChatGPT and Google Gemini are the 2 most popular AI chatbots that will help you in text format. But there are AI apps that could actually create entire projects for you too. So I'm gonna show you one right now called Gamma. This one could create an entire presentation for your work. And instead of doing it the traditional way, like using PowerPoint, you could use AIs like Gamma to do it, right? So all you have to do is, after a back and forth with ChatGPT, ask for an outline of your conversation. You will take that outline and you will just paste it right here inside of Gamma. This is literally building this presentation in real time in front of you. All the images, all the text, all the graphics is all created with AI, and you could have an entire editable presentation that is ready to go. Make any changes if you want, and you could use what are called AI agents, which is just a basic chatbot here, and you could tell it to make changes to your entire presentation in just a few seconds. Next, I want to introduce you to another concept called vibe coding. Now, it has the word coding in the name, but it's actually not you doing any coding, so don't worry about that. All you need is simply typing in plain text what you want, and AI does the coding and building things for you. So the next example of an AI tool that I wanted to show you is for creating something again from a simple text. This one is called Vibe for WordPress from a company called 10Web, today's sponsor, which officially launched today. Now, Vibe for WordPress is the first AI native vibe coding front end builder, and is fully integrated with WordPress. So it will actually deliver the creative freedom of vibe coding with the stability and scalability and the ecosystem of WordPress, making every project instantly ready to be published. Now here, let me just show you, because you'll see how simple it is to use. So I want to make a website for my video production company. So the text is going to be, create a website for my video production company in Chicago. And I'm just going to press send just to show you how quickly this goes to work. This creates an entire website for you, all the different pages, the layout, the design, images, everything, all with that simple 1-sentence text prompt. And the best part is that this is actually built on WordPress. So you get the stability of WordPress, the SEO tools for ranking in search, plugin support. And if you're not too familiar with WordPress, WordPress powers 43% of the internet. And the platform actually includes everything. So the hosting, backups, they're all included automatically. And you could even use AI chat to edit your layouts, your design, any type of styling. Or you could just use the point and click editor to change text, swap the logos for your own logo. And here's what I really like about this platform. You actually own your own code. So it's open source, you could move it anywhere, you could edit it, you could export it. Again, it's called Vibe for WordPress, and you could try it for yourself with the link below in the description and create a website in a matter of minutes. Okay, so let's now shift to another area where a lot of people actually get stuck and they get frustrated when they use any type of AI tool. And they think of AI as a chatbot where you ask questions, but it's not quite that way. It's about how you ask that question. And this whole art of framing your question in the right way is called prompting. So I'm going to give you a quick example of what a bad prompt is. So usually when people are starting out working with ChatGPT, they might write something like, write me a business plan. Now, the problem with that prompt is we did not give it enough information. So we're asking AI to kind of read our mind or to know a lot about us in order to answer properly. That doesn't make for a good prompt. Here's an example of a good prompt. Act as a marketing expert, write a 1-page business plan for a new AI video course targeting entrepreneurs. Keep it concise and friendly. So you see the difference? I give it context, so it knows a little bit about what I'm trying to get done. I also told it a tone, which is keep it concise and friendly. And I also gave it a role in the beginning, which is when I said act as a marketing expert. Now, once you learn this one technique, your results with AI will completely skyrocket, and a lot of the frustration of AI not being able to give you what you want actually goes away. So I'm going to give you one of the best ways to think through this. And this is just a quick thing to remember. It's called CTR. So it's a simple prompting framework. Basically, C stands for context, T for tone, and R for role. So you'll always tell AI who it is, like a marketing expert, how to speak to you, that's the tone, and what you want, which is the context that you're giving it. So for example, you're a travel planner, suggest a 5-day Bali itinerary under $1,000. Write it in casual tone. The more you frame it like that, the more human-like and relevant the answer gets. So the simplest way I explain prompting to beginners is it's basically training the AI just for a few seconds with some simple text so you put it in the right state to give you really valuable answers. Okay, once you understand prompting, the next big part of AI is actually AI-powered search. So instead of just using Google for something, like typical search that we've done for over 20 years, you could do something totally different. You could actually ask tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or another tool that is designed solely for AI search called Perplexity to give you answers to your questions. And you could have a back and forth conversation with that answer. So for example, let's say I ask ChatGPT, explain how solar panels work. ChatGPT or Google Gemini or whatever tool you decide to use gives you a structured explanation of that. And it doesn't really include links. A lot of times it will include links so you could go check where you got that information from, but you don't have to do that. It will give you a usable answer right inside a chat. Now, Perplexity is my preferred way to do search. It's my new search engine. So it has live data, so it will do a search for you. It has real-time sources, and it's a lot like having a research assistant because the answers are going to be very comprehensive, very complete with all sources, so you could go dive deeper if you want. So this is going to completely change how you search for things, how you learn and find new information, and you don't have to open up 20 different tabs, click on 10 different links, right? AI does all of that in the background for you and just gives you the answer. So the future of search isn't really about scrolling anymore, right? It's about chatting with AI. And once you get used to it, traditional search engine just feel kind of old and obsolete. Okay, now let's talk about putting all this together in action. Start by picking just one main AI tool that you keep going back to. I'm pretty advanced in AI, so I use dozens of tools pretty much every single week. But for most people, I always recommend pick one, and usually I tell them to pick between ChatGPT and Gemini for most people. And you'll try to make this as part of your daily routine. So next time you write an email, just start with ChatGPT to help you brainstorm the subject line. Or when you come across a long email or an entire web page, start with ChatGPT and ask it to give you the summary and key bullet points. Those couple of techniques are a really easy intro to using AI in your workflow every single day. If your job requires writing any type of content, start with a draft and ask ChatGPT to help you rewrite it. You could start by ChatGPT just rewriting the intro to make it more engaging, for example. If you plan your week, ask ChatGPT or Gemini to help build you and schedule. A lot of these tools nowadays can also have these things called connectors where you could give them access to your Gmail or to your Google Calendar. Especially if you're in the Google world, Gemini makes a lot of sense, even though ChatGPT could connect to those things as well. If someone sends you a long PDF report, again, you could use these tools to get a quick summary and have a back and forth chat conversation rather than going through 20, 30 pages of content the old way. And I really like to think of AI as not something that is replacing you, but something that is upgrading you. Another superpower, another set of tools that will help you get more done. Because even with AI, you still need creativity, you still need taste, you still need to guide it in the right direction to get really useful outputs. And if you want to dive deeper into AI, once you start getting comfortable with it, we have an entire library of AI courses and AI learning path that walk you through everything step by step. So for example, we always put people in a 14-day AI bootcamp in just 14 videos. You get the fundamental understanding, you learn all about the top tools, and then from there, our learning paths guide you through more advanced AI tips and techniques depending on what you have to do in your day-to-day work. And it will show you exactly in practical applications on how to use AI in an effective way. That platform is called Skill Leap. I will put a link to a completely free trial in the description so you could see if it's a good fit for you. And then after that, you get access to everything for 1 monthly subscription. Thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.